relay round next, but as mentioned earlier and seeded throughout the show, like Rancid Trail Mix, I've recruited a mystery guest to host a round. Why? It's called a format point, y'all. You can feel them at any point when the exposition becomes unduly shrill. In the meantime, please welcome Matt 1T Ewins.
What on earth?
Matt, thank you for coming, but I asked you to host a history round. What's happened here?
Well, I've gone one better, and I've built a fully functional time machine. In fact, I've just come back from Leonardo da Vinci's fancy dress party, where I was dressed as the Vitruvian Man. Don't know who drew that sketch. Probably Da Vinci himself, the cheeky chap. Which brings me on to my first history question.
Hit us.
Although he was born in the 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci was known for coming up with various proposals for relatively modern inventions. But which of these three vehicles did he not propose? A, helicopter, B, go-kart, or C, jet ski?
Great question. That must have been hot in Rome.
Yeah, big time. So, Maisie, what have you gone for?
I've gone for go-kart.
And Rosie?
Again, go-kart.
And Nish, what have you gone for?
I've gone for the jet ski.
Well, I can reveal, Nish, that you're absolutely right.
Yes!
No!
1 point to Nish. Right, well, I think it's time we started sending our contestants back through the time machine. But I can't overstress how careful you'll have to be. I think we've all seen the film Back to the Future, where the main character travels back in time and risks erasing himself from history when he meets his own mother and she becomes attracted to him. Now, I don't want to sound like a big old time travel nerd, but I didn't find that film particularly realistic. My argument being that if you went back in time and your mum was that fit, you'd definitely get off of her. So let's start sending you through the time machine. Nish, would you be so kind to step up and walk through my time machine?
100% I would love to walk through that time machine.
Right, here we go. Off on his time travel adventure.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, God. Wow. Just come back from 1960s America. I think, Nish, you had quite a lot of fun back there in the past. Groovy, Daddy-O. I smoked a big old blunt with Jimi Hendrix.
I can tell you had fun because we managed to track down some footage of you at a Vietnam War protest. Of course, the classic place that you'd expect to find super lefty liberal Nish Kumar, you know, at the old war protest. Hang on a minute. Nish, what is going on here?
Oh, my God!
Oh, Nick!
So, which of these events in the 1960s came first? Was it A, the assassination of JFK, B, the moon landing, or C, Woodstock?
That's a lovingly rendered tribute to JFK.
Impossible to miss, really. Big old head. OK, Maisie, what have you gone for here?
I think it was JFK getting shot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how about you, Rosie?
I think it was C, Woody Woodstock.
OK. And Nish, what have you gone for?
I believe it was A, the assassination of JFK.
Oh, really?
Yeah? The answer was, in fact, A, the assassination
Yes.
of JFK.
Yep. 1963.
Of course, it happened in 1963, where the other two happened in 1969. Now, I think it's time we sent Rosie off on a time travel adventure. There we are. Ready for a trip to the past. Yes, of course. Rosie has travelled. Rosie has, of course, travelled more than 2,000 years ago to ancient Greece. Seems like you had a lot of fun there in ancient Greece, Rosie. We can see that you posed for quite a lot of statues.
Uh-oh.
There we are. A little statue you posed for there. Certainly not the goddess of manners.
That is terrifying.
So, question 3. Which one of these statues did not originate from Greece? Was it A, David, B, Discobolus, or C, Venus de Milo? Which one of these did not originate from ancient Greece? And I'll be honest with you, looking at it now on the card, I still don't really know it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Willies in history.
Yep.
Maisie, what have you gone for?
I've gone for David because I'd seen it,
Yeah.
and I wasn't in ancient Greece when I saw it.
And Rosie, what have you gone for?
Same, David, because in that Michelangelo and then that Bulgar Italian.
Seems like excellent logic to me. Good deduction.
Yeah.
Nish.
I've gone for A, Davy McPenis. Because Michelangelo is, of course, not from Greece. He's from New York, where he lived in the sewers with his brothers.
Well, irritatingly, you're all right. And finally, it's time to invite Maisie to step into the time machine.
Ooh.
Maisie, you've obviously gone back to Tudor times to meet Henry VIII.
Yeah.
I assume you got on quite well with him because he has asked if he can call into the show and ask the final question himself over video link.
Ooh.
Now, I would like to say before we get in touch with the king that obviously he comes from a different era. Some of his language and humour are a bit old-fashioned. Let's join him now, live. Hello, Henry, are you there?
Cool. Ain't mother-in-laws a right pain in the arse, and I've got 6 of them, eh?
Yeah, good joke. Now,
Well, I've just got to tell you this little story first.
Right.
I'm in the garden, right? My wife was giving me a big old nag. She said, Henry, I've had up to here with your attitude. I said, I've had up to here with your body. I cut her blooming head off, eh?
Yeah, now...
Because of the beheading.
Yeah, I got the joke. Now, you've got, I believe, a question for us.
Yeah, right, sure, yeah. Which of my wives did I not behead? But good luck.
Oh.
Thank you, King Henry, there.
I'm so pleased to see Al Murray doing a new character.
So that was King Henry's question. Which one of these wives did Henry VIII not behead? Was it A, Anne Boleyn, B, Jane Seymour, or C, Catherine Howard? Now, I don't suppose you can say it in today's cancel culture society. Well, those are some fit wives. don't mind them. OK, Maisie, what have you gone for?
Jane Seymour.
Yeah?
R.I.P., babe.
And Rosie, what have you gone for?
Jane Seymour, because she was a third wife. She had a baby, dead.
And Nish, what have you gone for?
I've gone for Catherine Howard because I didn't know the answer and I thought that was the funniest of the 3 pictures.
Oh, dear me. Well, I can reveal that Nish is wrong and that Rosie and Maisie are correct and gain themselves a point. Well, that's the end of my time travel round. Rosie scored 2, Maisie scored 3, and Nish also scored 3.
Ooh.